Right behind me, I've got the 2026 Toyota 4Runner, and this does have the TRD Sport package, and this is a gas model. And if you guys are new here, my name is Jason, and I do reviews just like this here in Canada. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the different models that you can get with the 4Runners, plus the different packages, the engine and towing specs with this, the exterior, the interior, the infotainment system, and of course the pricing. Also, thank you to Orangeville Toyota for allowing me to review this 4Runner. Okay, so since this 4Runner has the TRD Sport package, here is everything that you get with this package. So there's a ton of add-ons that do come with it, and as I walk around the vehicle, you will notice everything. All right, let's start things off in the front of this beautiful 4Runner. I just like how these things look. The front end on this looks very aggressive. Now over on the bumper area, first off, you can see how raised this vehicle is. It's a bit raised from the standard 4Runner. And down here, you do have this rubber piecing along with your front recovery hooks. And then you get into the bumper area here. So you have gloss black everywhere in the center here, and everything else is surrounded by body color. You've got the front safety sensors, the front LED fog lights. You've got a bit of an opening right there. Now, if you take a look closely, you do have a front-facing camera area here, but this one does not have it. And you do have the front radar sensor. And then you get into this pretty unique looking grille area. So you've got the openings that are pretty big with the honeycomb designing. You do have a Toyota badge obviously there in the center, and then you do have these nice looking LED front lights that definitely make this thing pop. And even underneath the lights, you kind of have like this little area which is unique. Over on the side of the bumper here, you do have the venting. This is functional venting, as you can see, and this will be on both of the front fenders. Also with the TRD Sport package will be the hood scoop here, which also is in gloss black, and this also adds a nice look to the front, as you can see. As for what powers the 4Runner here, this does have the 2.4 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder I-Force engine, which makes 278 horsepower and 317 pound-foot of torque. Towing wise, you're looking at about 6,000 pounds, and fuel economy is about 12.4 liters in the city and about 9.6 liters on the highway. Now coming to the side of the 4Runner, the nice looks I think continue, and this thing looks pretty big. And this does have one of my favorite things added, which is gonna be your power sunroof. And then up top also, you do have your gloss black roof rails, and then around your windows it's just your usual black trimming. As for the door handles, these are body color. However, the top and the bottom you do have in gloss black. As for the side mirrors, you have the body color cap there, and then the black plastic at the bottom. Got the built-in turn signal, and like I was mentioning, there's no cameras or anything, so no side mirror cameras. And then on the side here, you do have your running boards. Another thing with the TRD Sport package, you do have the body color fender flares there, and then you get into these wheels. These are pretty unique looking. You've got the matte finish and the aluminums going on, and the red TRD in the center. And these are your 20-inch wheels, so if I do take a step back, you can see they fit the 4Runner I think perfectly. And as you make your way to the back here, this also says TRD Sport right here. And then coming around to the rear, the nice looks I think continue, and I just love the way that this color looks. As you can see in the sunlight, you almost have like this Nardo gray color going on, and I just love it with all the gloss black bits and pieces. Now over on the rear bumper area here, you do have the gloss black center there. There's also the hitch in the back with the towing outlets. You got your exhaust underneath along with a spare tire. Then are the rear safety sensors. The reflectors are on the corners, and then you get into the tailgate area. So down here you do have the blacked out 4Runner letters, and then a rear backup camera which comes with a washer. Even this trimming right here says Toyota, and you have the nice textured material. And then as for the rear lights, these are also LED, and look how nice these look. And I really like the side here with all these lines in red, and I think at nighttime this thing definitely looks sharp. And also on this piece right here, you will notice these two arrows. So one is to lock the vehicle and one is to unlock the vehicle. Now up here you do kind of have like this built-in spoiler with a rear brake light obviously, and your wiper is hidden inside for a nice clean look back here. And you can put the glass portion down. It is power opening and closing obviously, and the button is inside, so that's a very convenient thing to have. Now let's go ahead and open up the tailgate here. So the button is right there. It is not a power opening lift gate as you just saw. It is manual opening. Back here, once you open this up, you have a ton of deep storage space. As you can see, it goes pretty far in, and also you do have the privacy cover already put in place. And then back here you have a ton of room here on both of the sides, and you kind of have like this cubby storage area, which again is going to be on both the sides. Also back here you have your lights obviously, and then a little bit more of some space here, 120 volt outlet there. Now for the carpet area, you cannot lift this, it is just in place. So there's no under storage or anything. It's just on top here. All right, let's hop inside the 4Runner here and see what this thing has to offer. So it's an all black interior everywhere, but you do have bits and pieces that do stand out. So you do have a speaker down here. You've got some space here, a water bottle area here, and this unique looking door handle. And you got soft touch material here and this unique blue trimming, which you are gonna notice throughout the interior. And that's pretty much it. Now for the interior seats, this is a cloth interior. However, you do have the black, obviously, the contrast stitching, and then the gray in the center, which definitely looks nice. And also, if you can't tell, you can also recline these seats, which is pretty good. And if you go ahead and put down the center piece here, you do have your cup holders. Now I'm gonna jump back here and show you the legroom and the headroom in this. All right, entering inside, it's not all that bad for legroom, obviously. Now this seat can be adjusted, and still, I have a good amount of legroom. Now in terms of the headroom, as you can see, I have a ton of headroom, and that's because this whole area goes into the roofline there. I'm wearing a hat. For reference, I'm 5'11", and I'm super comfortable back here in terms of headroom. Also back here, you do have the grab handles on both the sides, and then behind these seats here, you do have fabric material, and you do have the storage compartments on both the seats. And over on the rear console area, you just have your venting, USB ports, and a 120-volt outlet. All right, let's check out the front on the 4Runner and see if anything is different compared to the rear. And right off the bat, I do notice a few things. First off, you do have a bigger speaker up here, more space down here, so you can fit 2 water bottles. Well, kind of 3 because 1, 2, and 3, but yeah, bigger area just in general. Even up here you have more space, and up here it does say TRD within the blue material, and then is just your usual window controls and your side mirror controls. Now for the front seats, these are exactly like the rear. You've got the fabric everywhere, the black, the contrast stitching, the gray in the center here. The front seats also come heated, which is nice. Now over on the side here, these seats are manual adjustable, and underneath you also have these nice premium looking pedals. Here is the hood latch release, and then moving up here you have a few buttons. So you have your auto high beams, traction control, the 120-volt power to turn the plugs on or off. This is the headlight leveler. Here's the cluster dimmer, and then the gas cap release. Even on the dash here you have the blue trimming, and then the uniquely designed venting with the granite trimming. As for the steering wheel, this does come manual adjustable. All right, entering inside, your dashboard is completely plastic. You do have a speaker here in the center and one more over there. And also, you don't have a grab handle up here, but you do have one on the passenger side. And then you get into your fully digital cluster area. This is a 12.3-inch cluster, and I just love how everything looks on this in terms of the details. So on here, you can view a ton of different information. So to control all of that, it is done through these controls here. So if I press left or right, as you can see, I can go through a bunch of different information. And then as for the steering wheel, you do have the soft touch material, and even on the sides here, you do kind of have like the perforated sections. You've got more of the gray trimming here along the sides, the Toyota badges here. The steering wheel also comes heated. Over on the left, you have all your cluster controls, phone controls, volume, and Bluetooth. And then the other side, you do have your cruise control settings, follow distance, lane keep, your different modes for your radio, and then the seek controls. And then behind, you do have your exterior lighting controls, high beams, indicators, fog lights, and then the other side, you do have your front and rear wiper controls. Now over on the center armrest, you do have the soft touch material, and opening this up, you do have a decent amount of space in here that you can utilize. And over on the center console here, you do have your cup holders and then more of the gray trimming around that. And then here you do have your drive modes and tow haul. So if I go into the drive modes and I just twist this, as you can see, I have 3 different modes. I got sport, normal, and eco. And I like how whatever you go into, the image and the colors do change, which is nice. Also down here, you do have your different modes, obviously 4 low, 4 high, 2 high, all that good stuff. You've got your auto hold, electronic parking brake, your pretty large handy dandy shifter that also says TRD. You've got a grab handle over here and some space down here. You've got a wireless phone charger, and then 2 USB ports and a 12-volt socket. And then also beside the steering wheel, you do have like this little area of space, and the start stop button also has red, and it also says TRD. And then right below the screen, you do have all your heating and cooling temperature controls, including the heated steering wheel and then the heated seats right there. And then you get into your touchscreen. Now this is small, this is an 8-inch touchscreen here. Now on here, you can view obviously all sorts of vehicle information, but I do like how Toyota makes this very, very easy to use, because all you have is these sections. So on the first section here, your map section, you do have to subscribe to it. So that's what that looks like. Next is the media section. Next will be the phone section once you do have it paired. Then the vehicle section, which this one only has the trip information. And then lastly, you just have the settings. So you have a guest profile, or you can make your own obviously, and then you have all these different settings that you can go through and fine tune. And also, let me show you what the reverse camera looks like. So if I put this into reverse, here it is. So you've got the lines, the usual backup camera, you can turn on and off the lines. And then here, if I press this, you also have kind of like this fishbowl wide look as well. Also up here, I do like how Toyota is implementing this intrusion sensor, because I usually don't see this on vehicles. Normally you have like the interior camera sensor, but this is pretty unique. And then moving up here, you do have your interior lighting controls, your sunroof controls, SOS, and then the rear window control as well. Here's the key fob for the 4Runner. It's your usual Toyota key. All right, coming around to the passenger side here, let me show you what that looks like. So here's another angle of that nice grab handle. And then on the dashboard, look at all this nice blue trimming. You got this open storage area, even a USB port on the side of the touchscreen, and then just your usual glove compartment space here. And here are the different models that you can get with the 4Runner. So you can get a gas version or a hybrid version, and there's a ton of different packages that you can pick from. And as for the safety features that do come with this particular 4Runner here is a list of them. Now there is no window sticker for this 4Runner TRD Sport, but if you go ahead online and build it out, it's about $71,650 Canadian. Well, that does it for the review on this 2026 Toyota 4Runner with the TRD Sport package. Let me know in the comments down below, what do you think of this?